Hello friends, we all know that hair transplantation is becoming popular day by day. The number of clinics who provide this facility are increasing day by day. But the unfortunate part is number of patients who are not happy or satisfied with their transplants is also on the rise. In my practice, almost 70% of the patients who come to me are coming for repair hair transplants. Today, I'll be sharing the story of a patient and a friend, Rahul. So Rahul got a hair transplant done twice at some other clinic, and as you can see the pictures, he was in real mess. You can see the hairline was terrible. It looked so unnatural. There was no density, and his donor area was totally devastated. I still remember the day when he came to meet me. He was in so much of stress, anguish, pain. That day Rahul told me that he had consulted our clinic online, but probably he got some kind of offer at some place and he chose the other clinic and got it done there. So when I heard this, I was really upset because had he done his transplant with us, he won't have been in this situation. Now the biggest challenge which I was facing at this time was his donor. There was absolutely no donor area left. The scalp was devastated. You can see the previous surgeries which he underwent were FUE surgeries. Now most of the repair cases which I come across in my practice are the ones where an FUE surgery was done earlier, sometimes more than even twice. So in such cases the donor area is really thinned out, and unlike the popular belief, there is a lot of scarring there. You can't take out FUE from these cases because the donor is so thinned out, and because of the scarring, the angles of these hair also change. So it becomes really difficult to do anything in these cases. Now the second problem which we face, patients are really very low in confidence and they have almost lost their trust in hair transplantation procedure. It is really difficult to counsel them, to make them understand that things can be done. They start disbelieving everybody, every person on the planet they start disbelieving. If I talk about the recipient area, usually these patients have very unnatural, very ugly shapes of hairline. The angles of hair are also wavered. There are some bulges which you can see. The hair has some soft tissue around it, the skin tissue, epidermis, and that tissue remains there. And it really becomes difficult to hide that thing, and it really looks very ugly in the hairline. That's another problem which we see in ordinary FUE cases. So Rahul really wanted something to be done for himself. He had great trust in me and I really thank him for that. We planned a way out. We decided to do an FUT surgery though the donor was very depleted, but from a scalp donor nothing else could have worked. In fact, most of my cases, the repair cases which I do, as I told you earlier, FUE surgery was done in them. So I do FUT surgery for those cases most of the times. It is difficult to do, but there is no other option. So we went ahead with an FUT surgery, got some grafts from that. Most of the times in FUE, cherry picking is done. Like the multi grafts, double grafts, or 3 unit grafts are selectively taken out, selectively picked. The patient is left with single unit grafts. So anyway, like if a patient had gone a transplant in early stages of baldness in this region, frontal region only, he'll have all the multi units consumed in that place. And when he loses hair, the backside of his head, maybe crown, we won't be having sufficient donor reserves. This is another important point which one should take care of while choosing the method of surgery in the first go itself. Now, for Rahul, we did some beard transplant also. We took out beard grafts. The most important part of Rahul's surgery was the reshaping of the hairline. As you can see in these pictures, the hairline was real mess and the shape was totally wavered. So I had to shift it up, and I had to extract those grafts. The grafts were placed in almost all the directions. One graft was going here, one graft was going there. So it was really difficult to take out those grafts. Though we succeeded in that. We took around 330 grafts from that, and we implanted these grafts. We reused these grafts. The idea of taking the hairline up was because I didn't have enough donor reserves. So had I kept the same hairline, I would have required a huge number of grafts to make it dense. So that was the reason why I shifted the hairline up. Now you can see the 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 treated area healed nicely. There is very minimal scarring. The grafts taken from this portion, the front portion, were re-implanted and they are growing well. Though we had very small number of grafts, so we did it in the front region only, but we mixed beard grafts with the existing grafts and plus the grafts taken out from FUT in such a way that it gave Rahul a decent look. So this is how Rahul looks now, which is way better than what he used to look earlier. A repair case is always difficult, always difficult. You will never get those results which you could have easily got in your first surgery in repair transplant, because there is so much of scarring, there is paucity of donor area. I really respect Rahul, I really admire Rahul to have that much of trust in me and my team, and I am happy that I could do something for him, at least something for him. But I appeal to you guys, if you don't take care, if you don't pay attention to the basic facts regarding transplant, you also might end up in the same situation where Rahul did. So my purpose, my motive of making this video is to educate you people so that you can take an informed decision. I've made a lot of educational videos which are there on our YouTube channel. You can see them on Facebook as well. So these videos I have explained each and every difference of FUT, FUE, and there is a lot more to know about different other methods as well. But these days, when a fresh patient comes to us, most of the times they say, Doctor, I want 3000 FUE, Doctor, I want 4000 FUE. and that's it. Hair transplant is a very important decision of your life, probably one of the most important ones. Please try to understand basic differences between all the procedures, advantages, disadvantages, everything. Because knowing them beforehand is better than knowing them afterwards, once everything is lost. And I'm tired of doing these repair transplants. I really feel sorry for those people who went through a very unsuccessful or disastrous transplant because of lack of information, because of lack of education. That is the reason why I'm making so many videos educating you guys. You can see all my videos on YouTube or Facebook. You can also follow me on Twitter. Thank you. Love yourself.